So, you're ready to create a character for your Fragged Empire campaign, but you don't know where to start. Well, don't worry about it, because in this short video, we'll have you good to go. To start, let's take a look at the character sheet. Now, at first, it might be a bit intimidating, but in 6 simple steps, we can have it all filled out. This time around, we'll be creating Elora Thrift, who is a sneaky level 1 rogue. Look at her. So cool! Once you've decided on a cool name for your character, you should have a rough idea of who they are in your mind. This will make choosing abilities and equipment much easier. Now it's time to pick a race. Each race has unique advantages and disadvantages compared to other races, but they also have unique cultures, histories, and appearances, so choose the one that best fits your character. In this case, I think Elora Thrift is best suited to being a fun-loving, gritty Kaltoran. For being a Kaltoran, Elora Thrift gets +1 awareness, -1 wealth, etc., etc. Once you've chosen your race, fill out your sheet with your chosen racial advantages and disadvantages. For even more options, the Remnant, Palantor, the Twyfar, and Zhao races are detailed in the Fragged Empire expansion, the Protagonist Archive. Now, Fragged Empire uses 6 attributes, which define your character's raw mental and physical abilities. Each attribute is given a rank between 0 and 5. An average person has 2 in each attribute. You have 18 points to distribute however you like, but take note, in combat you will take damage to your attributes, and you die if any attribute is reduced to -5. So be careful when setting an attribute, too low. Now our Elora Thrift is a quick-shooting conwoman, so she'll need to be fast and agile, but she doesn't necessarily need to be tough. So we're going to give her 2 strength, hopefully she won't get hit too often, 4 reflexes, great for avoiding damage, and 5 movement. We expect her to be doing a lot of running. We will only give her 2 perception for hitting targets with her gun, and focus for long-ranged attacks, which leaves her with 3 points for intelligence, which will allow her to act before her more dim-witted opponents. Also, everyone has 2 fate, used for gaining free rerolls, unless your choice of race says otherwise, which the Kaltoran does. So we'll give our Elora Thrift 3 right now. Now it's time to pick our character's skills. When creating your character, we get 6 primary skills, 2 combat skills, and 2 vehicle skills. So, to start with, we've marked our skills as Conversation, Leadership, Awareness, Survival, Mechanics, and Programming. We've also marked our combat skills as Small Arms and Tactical, and our vehicle skills as Command and Operations. For more information on these skills, jump to page 43 in your handbooks. So, remember how we said our starting level was 1? Well, for every level you gain, you get 1 trait as a bonus. Because Elora Thrift is level 1, she gets 1 trait. Each trait belongs to one of the following areas: level, resource, influence, each attribute, and each trained skill. Each has their own list of traits to choose from, and you may only ever take 1 trait per area, except for combat and vehicle skills. You can take up to 2 in those. As there are lots of traits, choosing your first one can be a daunting task. To make it easier, we recommend you only look at the traits for your character's most defining skill or attribute. Elora Thrift loves to talk, so a conversation trait would be a great choice for her. The actor trait on page 346 looks perfect for our conwoman character, and we meet the only requirement of this trait by being trained in conversation. So let's write that in next to our conversation skill. But remember, you can only have 1 trait per area, and Elora Thrift is now unable to pick another conversation trait, so choose carefully. In summary, resources are used for weapons and other personal combat equipment. Influence is used for spaceships, and spare time points are spent on everything else, like trade goods, research, or for modifying your equipment. We don't need to worry about influence or spare time points for your first character, so let's just focus on resources. Resources is not necessarily just money, but may also be a representation of your character's personal skill and ability to maintain their own equipment. Elora Thrift has 3 resources. Firstly, she wishes to purchase a gun. To do that, she must first choose a base weapon on page 358. Let's go with the pistol. It has a resource cost of 1. Then she must decide what type of pistol it is. She does this by selecting one gun variation on page 360. Let's make it a gauze pistol, bringing its cost up to 2. Then, you simply need to copy the stats of your chosen weapon onto your character sheet's second page, and add your weapon's skill bonus, in this instance small arms, to your weapon hit bonus. Now Elora just needs an outfit, and this is done just like her weapon. First, she selects a base outfit from page 366. Let's go with a combat suit that costs 1, and make it out of tungsten carbide, which does not increase its cost. And there you go! Now that you know the basics, you can now go and make your own character for the Fragged Empire universe and begin your grand adventure. There are so many more cool things to explore that we haven't even touched on yet, like implant traits, psionic powers, weapon modifications, and spaceships, just to name a few. So until next time, frag on.